a sudden your body's like, I don't got to do that anymore. My vitamin C will do it for me. Well, you know what? Vitamin C will do it short term, but I want my body to do it. I want the immune response in my body to be spot on. Maybe I do need a boost here and there, but for the most part, I want my body's immune to be booster free. Does that make sense?
Booster free.
I want it to be booster free.
Right.
I want it to be.
You want it to act how it's supposed to and fight things when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You know, and
let it decide. Don't try to manipulate.
Right. I have to admit that when I feel like I'll already have a sore throat or I'll, be stuffy, I will take vitamin C and echinacea.
Right, and echinacea is another one. Do not take echinacea all the time. You're not supposed to take echinacea every day. Look it up. That is an immune booster. That is short term. Same with zinc. You can get too much zinc. Too much zinc leads to too much testosterone. Too much testosterone leads to all kinds of other issues, hormonal imbalances. So, look it up.
Right.
Do research. Before you start any supplement, do some good research.
And it's so easy to do research now.
Yeah, and people just kill me with that. Oh, I don't ever get on my computer.
You sounded like Grandma.
Did I?
Yeah.
Get on your computer.
Go
Google.
to the library and get a book. There's so many different ways you can look things up.
And I get it. Doctors
Muscle
are
test.
always telling people, muscle
You
test.
shared an article today about muscle testing. I'm sure that Patrick downloaded that and studied it.
No, actually that was a good article. But I muscle test myself for everything. I don't know how people get through life without muscle testing. Literally, I was watching Naked and Afraid. Do you ever watch Naked and Afraid?
I love Naked and Afraid. I hate when they get covered with bug bites, though.
I do too. I feel bad for them. But it was their choice. And I would never do it, even though I think I could totally do it. I would never do it because I don't want to be in that position.
No.
I don't want bug bites, and I don't want to be cold, and I don't want to be hungry.
I don't want to see snakes. I don't want to eat a snake.
I don't want to do any of that.
No.
I could if I had to, but I don't want to.
I don't blame you.
But anyways, there was this one Naked and Afraid, and it was like it was the XL version. And these people, they were a group, and they ate this fruit. They found these fruits on these trees, and so they were chowing them. And I'm like, oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, I just feel like that's not going to be good. So some of them got sick, and some of them didn't. And so after the show, they talked about that, and the little guy came on or whatever, or maybe it was just a written blurb, but it said, come to find out, the fruit they believe was contaminated by monkey poo.
Oh.
So the monkeys had been up there eating the fruit, and they'd been dropping, and then the drop had gotten on the other fruit. So the people who ate the dirty fruit, now, come on. You're supposed to be survivalists. Literally, this is how they tout the show, that these people are professional survivalists. You didn't wash your fruit?
Yeah, that's the first thing that went through my mind. Didn't they wash it?
You didn't wash your fruit? I would have washed my fruit.
That's the first thing that went through my mind. What, were they stupid?
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe they thought there was no insecticides,
maybe
that they didn't think they needed to wash it.
They
But they're survivalists.
And it's nature.
And it's monkey poo, for God's sake.
There's monkey poo everywhere around them. Why wouldn't they wash their fruit? So, but anyways, some of them ate and got sick. Some of them didn't. And they said they thought it was contaminated by monkey poop. And I thought to myself, I wouldn't have eaten that thing without muscle testing for nothing. Like, literally, I pull stuff out of my refrigerator, which likely has been there more than 2 to 3 days, and I will muscle test myself, and I will say, is this going to kill me? Or is this good for me? And generally speaking, I've had some ringers. I actually
I've had some ringers.
I have. I actually went into my fridge this morning, and there was a package of store-bought chicken salad, which doesn't sound very good, but it looked really good when I bought it. And it had a label on it that said that it expired June 8th. And I think I bought it like maybe June 7th. So that really kind of irritated me.
Yes.
But I didn't notice that at the time when I bought it. But So it'd been sitting in my fridge. It's been sitting in my fridge for about 3-4 days. Well, it's packaged. It's prepackaged. It's sealed, you know. So I was like, I'm going to get into that today, this morning. I'm going to make me a sandwich.
Uh-oh.
And no, I looked at the date and I was
too
like,
bad.
yeah, I was like, And the 8th, today's what? The 13th?
That's 5 days.
And I'm like, So I muscle tested, and it definitely was a no.
That's
my body was
too
like,
bad. Yeah.
Bleh.
That makes me kind of that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's too bad because the combination in there, the onions and chicken and mayonnaise, that's a bad combination to be over days.
Onions, just as a little tidbit, draw in bacteria. So anything
Even
with
though
onions
it's
in
sealed,
Yeah.
who knows what it was around when it was being made.
That's just it, and you just don't know. And I would rather not take a chance because, honestly, I had a lot of stuff to do today.
Right.
I didn't need to be in the toilet.
You didn't
90%
want to
of the
be
day.
like the monkey poo people.
No! Wash your fruit, people! Literally.
Throw away your expired chicken salad.
That's right.
Well, one day I'm going to have to bring you lunch because I make chicken salad once a week.
Oh, my gosh. I love chicken
I do,
salad.
too. It's one of my favorite things. And I put it in romaine lettuce.
Oh, I love that.
It's delicious.
Normally, I would just make my own. But, you know, you've
You've
going
been
through the
awfully
grocery,
busy.
and I saw it, and it was a new brand, a new kind. I was like, ooh, that looks good. It had, like, pecans and cranberries in it.
Oh, see, I don't make it that fancy.
Which was interesting to me because I don't either. And I was like, that sounds good. So, But no, I'll never know. Apparently, I'm not meant to eat the monkey poo chicken salad.
Maybe if you're really hungry for it one day, run get it right then and eat it that day.
Maybe I will.
Like in your spare time.
Maybe.
Monkey poo chicken salad. So you want to know how, again, we were talking, the reason that you want to replenish your electrolytes is because
electrolytes are what gives your body the nutrients, and it's what it keeps you from getting dizzy. It keeps you from having muscle spasms. I mean, electrolytes are necessary in your diet, and the problem with putting plain water in is that it dilutes what electrolytes you have. So what are electrolytes? Well, we've got sodium, we've got calcium, magnesium, potassium. We all know if we have muscle spasms, people say, go eat a banana. Okay? But maybe it's not potassium. Maybe it's the magnesium. So maybe you need to eat some sunflower seeds. We wouldn't know unless we muscle tested. But back to the thing. But that's what keeps your muscles working because if you dilute what electrolytes you do have, then that's just as if you had less and less and less. In other words, if you keep putting more and more water in, plain water in, without electrolytes in it, then you're putting your body out of balance.
So you're kind of just washing out the good.
Yeah, you're washing the good out. So you need to, when you are in a heat situation or a hot day or you're out there and you're trying to rehydrate and all of that, you need to make sure you have a little bit of electrolyte with your drink. So for me, that means I put a dash of salt in my water.
Right.
You know, I make sure I eat fresh fruit.
Right.
You know, on a hot day, I'm eating some fresh fruit. I want me some potassium. I want, some greens. I love spinach on a hot day. I'll have a spinach salad with strawberries and, so that I'm getting some greens.
Wash your fruit.
Wash your fruit. I'm going to get some iron. I'm going to get so much from those greens and some calcium. And as far as magnesiums, nuts and seeds, I might throw some pecans or some sunflower seeds.
You can really replenish your whole system with one good, healthy salad.
Yeah, you really can. You really can, which is interesting to me because I love the duality of having a food that is low caloric, not many calories, but packed chock full
and
of
you can
good
eat
stuff.
and eat it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
me too.
How are all these
Nutritionally
nutrients
dense.
in there
when
they don't really, it's not going to add anything to your caloric intake?
Yes.
I love that.
I do too.
That's the best foods ever.
That's what I bring for lunch every day. And that way I'm full and I can keep working and...
Until you become sensitive, right? Because I used to have a salad every day. Now I've learned I can't do that because I will become sensitive.
Right. And you taught me that. That's why I only do chicken salad once a week now.
Aw.
So thanks.
I learned you. I learned you something.
You did.
Yay.
So I'm going to read this Gatorade recipe, and then will you tell us more about muscle testing, how to do it, and
I don't know. It's a difficult thing to describe in words, but I am thinking of having a workshop. I posted on that thing about workshop.
That's right.
To teach people how to muscle test. I really need to do it in person. It's really hard to tell somebody how to do it. Did you have a question? Oh, we've got a time.
We do have 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
Then tell me your recipe.
Okay.
I want your recipe.
But, it's okay if we go over. It's no big deal. Homemade Gatorade from Pinterest. It's adapted from the recipe at Deliciously Organic.
Okie doke.
How to make Gatorade. Prep time, 5 minutes. Cook time, 2 minutes. Total time, add it together, 7 minutes.
We're going to cook Gatorade.
It makes
I want to know.
6 cups. 1 cup of any kind of 100% juice.
Okay.
2 tablespoons of honey. And I suggest that you get local raw honey because it also helps you fight allergies.
True.
A 1/4 cup teaspoon sea salt.
Cool.
Is that what you would recommend, sea salt?
If I'm going to use sea salt, I probably would throw some cranberries in there for the iodine. But that's just, that's me being particular.
Or use the cranberry juice, huh?
I think I don't know if it's, I know there's some, but iodine is so fragile. Iodine evaporates to the air pretty quickly. So I don't know how much you're getting out of the juice versus the actual fruit.
Oh, right, okay.
But
I wonder
still,
if that's why I crave cranberries. I crave those.
it could be an iodine
That's
thing.
interesting. Okay. So 1/4 cup teaspoon sea salt, 6 cups cold water. In a saucepan, stir the juice, honey, and sea salt over medium heat until the honey and salt dissolve. Pour mixture into 6 cups of cold water. So take it off the heat and pour it into the cold water.
Sounds like you do it immediate, too, like
Yes.
directly in.
Shake to combine. Chill mixture in the fridge until ready to serve.
That actually sounds very good.
And it looks pretty, too. See
Let
the
me see it.
picture?
Oh, it looks like fruit punch.
It does.
Ooh, I like that
Oh,
idea.
yum.
Patrick says we'll make some and bring it to the next show.
So I think that I will post that recipe on Spreaker when I upload it.
Yay! I love that. And the more you all can do at home for yourselves, the better off you're going to be. And, a lot of the processed stuff that's out there that says it's for this or it's for that, it is, but it may not be as good for you as something you can do at home.
That's right.
7 minutes? I got 7 minutes. I think I could do this.
You were expecting it to be longer, weren't you?
I was.
I was too.
Honestly, anything the average bear can do in 7 minutes, I can do in 14. I swear to you. I can double that time in no time flat.
And I can do it in roughly 14, but if I spill something, then we have a problem, and I'm a spiller. But that's okay.
It'll take me time to lick the honey off my fingers.
Yep, there you go. Squeeze maybe a little bit. So we covered a lot of stuff today. We talked about not overtaking vitamins and supplements, even if they're water soluble, which I personally did not know. Mm-hmm. So I think that's really powerful information.
Well, because some of these things our body will store and dole out as needed. Other things you have to keep putting it in, like potassium, for instance. We're sweating and urinating all day long, so you need to be eating some potassium snacks all day. And that ain't one banana in the morning and calling it good, And then there's things like Smart Water out there. Smart Water has electrolytes in it, but it just tastes like water.
Right.
So that's kind of cool, but I did have a problem. This is a good, same thing as what we've been talking about. I had a lady come in 2 years ago with all kinds of muscle spasms and all kinds of issues. And she says finally to me after like 1 or 2 adjustments, and I'm like, why are you not getting better? She's finally says to me, I don't understand this. I have been so good about drinking my Smart Water. And I'm like, what? She's like, yes, I've been drinking my Smart Water for a month.
She was overdosing.
I said, how much Smart Water are you drinking? 3 liters a day. All my water is Smart Water now. I'm like, no, you can't do that. Like, you can't OD on that either. You can't You have to have some plain water as well as some electrolyte water. You can't